following podcast is brought to you exclusively by the Rad Rob Radio Network.
On this edition of Straight Up 5, we welcome back David BOOG Krol to the show. It's been a while since we spoke with BOOG. We're going to talk about his previous PBA season, what he's looking forward to in the upcoming PBA season, having fun on the house bowling, and so much more. Straight Up 5 starts now.
Hosts of the show: Rad Rob Francois. Rad Rob Francois. Dr. Ocho.
That is the second week in a row I screwed up the editing of the intro of this show. Welcome to Straight Up 5. I'm your host, Rad Rob Francois. We have a very special guest tonight. We are already at 183 episodes. And I'm a one-man show. And it shows. It shows. Not that Ocho did anything, and, we won't talk about the other guy. Let's see who's in the chat before we bring in BOOG. We got Nico. What's going on, brother? Welcome, my friend. Sorry about the Patriots. You know what? I was okay with it. We didn't expect to be at the Super Bowl anyway this year. This was first year under Mike Vrabel, and Vrabes did such a great job. Obviously got Coach of the Year. Josh McDaniels got Assistant Coach of the Year. Drake May almost got MVP, and I feel bad for the O-line, man. I feel bad. Will Campbell gave up more pressures than any other offensive lineman in the history of the Super Bowl. But we found out he was playing with a torn ACL, which is, I don't know why they even put him in the game, or if he even said anything about it. I don't know. But it's unfortunate. If Drake had more time, it would have been a different game. But that Seattle defense was scary. Not that the pass defense is anything to cry about. Christian Gonzalez is still just a freaking baller, dude. If he came up with one of those picks, it may have been a different game. But who knows? Anyway,
I do.
What's going on, brother? Jamie Gillis, what's up? What's up? I am on time. What happens when I'm not waiting for Ocho or John or anybody else? I'm here on time. Crambone, what's going on, brother? Bowling with the Pfeff. What's going on, Mr. Pfeffer? Yes, one-man shows are small but mighty. I like it. I mean, I love interviewing people, so I don't have to worry about anybody else interrupting me like Dr. Interrupto. So I get to kind of go in any direction I want. League night's going to have to listen later. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it. Hope you shoot 900 tonight. Anyway, let's bring in... Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. BOOG, you got to wait a minute. You got to wait a minute. It's our new custom here. We'd like to play the Star Spangled Banner, to pay tribute to our country and our soldiers. So let's join Victoria Zarlenga for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ring loud, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the
That was Victoria Zalinka performing the American.
Holy hell. I love that. Jack, appreciate the super chat. Guys, I don't ever ask for anything on the show, but since I am a one-man show, I kind of always have been, honestly, for the last 4 years. Since we're partnered with YouTube, we are also available for super chats and super stickers to support the show. You don't have to, but Jack, I absolutely appreciate that. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Have we done Carl Lewis yet? No, actually, I was gonna do Carl, and I watched it. And I'm like, man, I feel bad for Carl because Carl's actually a really good singer, and obviously one of the greatest athletes of all time. But I kind of felt bad for him. Maybe in the future. And we got our great friend here, Alex Bermudez from the Behind the Drill Press Modesto. All right, let's bring in our very special guest. I think he's a 3 or 4 time guest. Maybe 4. He was on the phone one time, so that counts as an appearance. It's our friend, David BOOG Krol. What up? Oh, God damn it. I didn't even hit the button. Hey, BOOG.
Hey, how are you?
I'm just living the dream, brother.
Dude, being a Patriots fan, the game was hard to watch.
Yeah.
We were on a cruise at a Galveston when they were playing the Texans, and there were like 4 of us Patriots fans. It got rowdy, I shall say.
Really?
But the game was a heartbreak. I mean, to go from 4-13 to Super Bowl, can't complain.
True. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. And I didn't know you were a Pats fan, dude. That's freaking awesome. I like you even more now.
Will Campbell is going to be working for Amazon if that happens again. I don't care.
Right? Dude, I felt bad for him, man. Like, he didn't speak to the press until the day later. Yeah. And then he told everybody that he had a torn ACL. And I'm like, man, that sucks. But, like, why? Why put him in the game?
Yeah.
Did nobody else on the bench? I mean, they had 2 rookies on the offensive line. I get it. But, dude, if you're playing hurt and either they didn't know or they just did it anyway because they had no other options.
Yeah, you could tell by his body, too. Like, he wasn't, like, fired up. Like, it's the Super Bowl. He's, like, sluggish. Something was wrong, but now it makes sense.
Yeah. But, I mean, he had a great season, and he's a rookie. So, I mean, you know, when he first got there, he says, I'm going to protect Drake May with my life. I'm like, dude, this guy's a fucking baller, man. So
he's a freak.
He is a freak. But anyway, man, it's good to see you. It's been a while since we had you on. What was how'd your season go last year?
No, it wasn't too shabby. I was like still top 20 in points. I had a wonderful World Series where I made 4 of the 5 cuts. Besides that, I cashed in a lot of events.
Good.
Made the World Show. Was like on the Strike Derby and all that fun stuff. Right. But besides that, it was an eventful year. It was a great follow-up year after the breakout year. So nothing I can hold my head down to. Like, it was a great year, and hopefully that builds to the 3rd year of greatness.
Right. I mean, we don't want to call it a sophomore slump because, I mean, it kind of happens in every sport. But no, you had a great first year, and we've talked about how hard it is getting out of the PTQs.
Yeah.
You won your first tournament. You won the PBA playoffs. You're on top of the world. Did you have a lot of confidence going into last season?
I had kind of going. Our first event was back in Delaware, so it was kind of hard to go back there for our first event after having such a successful 2024.
Right.
And I end up missing that cut, but cashing, which is still good. But it was kind of hard to put any expectations on the whole season. I just wanted to have a good time. I probably enjoyed last season more than the 24 season. I was able to enjoy it way more. There were less like pressures going into the season.
Right.
So, able to enjoy it way more, take it back and just hang out with the buds and enjoy the events.
So less pressure, obviously, because you had already made it and you were guaranteed to be able to bowl all the tournaments.
Yeah.
What kind of went wrong? Like, why weren't you having the same looks? What was going on during the year?
It was just like some events I didn't really match up with, like the Masters and the U.S. Open. 2 years ago, I bowled very well at the U.S. Open, and this year I didn't have a look. So it's kind of hard. I mean, those are the 1-2 events that you want to bowl well at, right, being majors, and you just don't do well. It's kind of sucks. It's probably the most defeating part. Like, oh, I finished 6th last year in the U.S. Open. I missed the number by a lot.
I mean, no one's guaranteed the same results, right? I mean, and it's so hard. There's so many good players out there.
Absolutely. And the tour is just getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it is. Are you looking forward to the upcoming season?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm ready to get back into the swing of things. With it being consecutive weeks this year, it should be, I think, the longer you bowl better, the easier it's going to be for the mental. But if you
Right.
have a couple rough weeks, it's going to be hard to keep going at it every week. And if you're in a slump and you're getting bullied on the lanes, like it's going to be hard for some people. And I think it's all about the mindset. If you have a clear mindset and believe in yourself, I think anything is possible.
Anything is possible, and we got to hope EJ comes back down to earth at some point, right?
Someone's got to take
Like
him.
literally, like, come on, dude.
He's been up there too long.
Right? Like, let somebody else share the love a little bit.
You're telling me.
And then you got Jesper. I mean, Jesper's he's gonna have a lot of momentum, coming off of what he did at the end of the year, and
Yeah, wins the TOC
dude.
and the playoffs.
yeah. And then you got Belmo, who's just fucking pissed at the world, right? Like he's just back with a fury. And his posts lately have been pretty. Yeah, like it's epic. Like this, like if we get primetime Belmo back, yeah, it's gonna be tough for everybody.
Yeah, imagine a world where you get primetime Belmo, a healthy Simo, and
Yeah.
then EJ. Like those three are hard to beat.
Yeah, they really are. And then throw in guys like like Jesper and Kyle. And I'm not saying you're not on their level because you have the potential to be that.
Yeah, it's so hard to win out there.
dude.
So,
That's tough. Yeah, but you did it in the playoffs. You literally beat everybody. You beat the Murderers Row in the playoffs, so you know you can do it.
yeah, it's just knowing that inside you that you can do it.
Yeah, just keep harping on that, man. Just stay positive because
Yeah, it's also like good surrounding yourself with like positive people.
Sure.
So
Sure.
that helps too.
Which you've done with the house bowling. How'd you get hooked up with them?
It was basically Kevin. Go back to 2016. I was like dabbling in tour events. I was staying by myself typically and wasn't in the best headspace. And then the year I went on tour full time in 2024, he was like, just room with us. We may not have a bed for you, but you can sleep on a couch and we just split everything evenly. I said, okay, sounds good.
Nice.
And one thing led to another and just welcomed on in. And Packy's been amazing to work with and to learn a lot from, like video wise, speaking to the media wise. It's just very good learning from him, how he runs his whole business. And now I've started a YouTube channel. So we've kind of grown into that where I'm still going to be part of the house, but I want to do more behind the scenes stuff where Packy's really not.
So this show has always been about telling the truth. It's always about not hiding, from anything. I made some comments about Kevin last year, and I know you were watching, and I know you kind of took exception to that. I will fully admit that I was taking secondhand information about him. I don't know him personally.
Yeah.
So if I did offend you or Kevin by that, I apologize. I don't think so. I'm man enough to do that, but I didn't want to ruffle any feathers, especially because I like you. So, anyways, no, I love what you guys do on there, and I didn't know you had your own YouTube channel. I'm definitely going to check that out. And
yeah, I just created it. It's BOOG Krol, pretty easy.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm filming. I have league tonight. I'm doing a league video, so hopefully that will be up Thursday or Friday.
Nice.
But yeah, just a little behind the scenes stuff like that. Try to grow that to as big as we can.
I like it because I remember the first time we had you on the show after you won your first title. You were a little bit nervous. You hadn't done much media before, and to see you now, a couple years later, and where how you are now, and how articulate you are and well spoken, I like it, man. It's just repetition, practice, just getting used to it. But
I'm still not good at the whole media aspect of it, but I'm getting better, I think.
No, I like it. But I mean, that's one thing I love about house bowling and a lot of the other bowling channels like Brad and Kyle is like just seeing the camaraderie between bowlers.
Yeah.
Seeing them like kind of laid back, not have to be so professional like you are, during a tour stop.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like seeing you guys in your element.
I don't think people really see the behind the scenes of the bowlers. They come to events and we're like hard pressed on shots, but they don't see like the real us. and I kind of want to show that.
Yeah, no, I like that because we've harped on Fox, and I hope CW does a better job of kind of profiling the players, but you never really got to see a lot of behind the scenes stuff or got to know a lot of the bowlers. Like I've always said, why do I need to have like a vested interest in somebody. Like I want a reason why I'm rooting for this player to bowl well. Underdog stories are great. Like you, Eric Jones. There's so many breakout stars in the last couple of years. I want to know more about those people. I want to know, I want to know where they come from. I want to know. Bo Burton used to do that back in the 80s. He used to try to tell a lot, about a player. And I'm not saying Fox didn't do it, but I just don't think they did it enough. So and that's why YouTube is a great tool for that.
Yeah. Also, I feel like Nolan with the PBA media, and there's a couple other workers. They do a good job. Like they ask random questions. Like they do a great job about getting our information out there too. So hopefully there's more of that, more questionnaires, and hopefully we get to know more about people.
What do you think about Kyle Sherman getting picked to be lead analyst for the CW?
It was kind of interesting. I would have thought they would have gone a route of like a Chris Barnes or like Linda Barnes.
Right.
Someone in like the royal family. Kyle is very articulate and will add a lot to it. I think you need that younger version, and I think it's a good pickup. I didn't really think about it. It kind of shocked me a lot.
Me too.
But
Me too. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I like Kyle. I love watching him. I love watching.
We grew up in the same state together, and good guy, and love what Brad and Kyle have done on the YouTube space. So
they were one of the first to do it.
Move for bowling. I think Randy was on his way out. So
Randy was good early. And I don't know if it was just him and Rob Stone had just such great chemistry together. They just kind of let everybody in on their jokes, right? And it got a little bit wild at times.
Yeah.
And then when you saw Randy with different guys, like Fanta and the rest, he just didn't have the same chemistry, and it's hard. I thought maybe I don't want to say try to put themselves over at the expense of the talent on TV.
Yeah.
But it kind of seemed like it. And I know Kyle wouldn't do that.
I think Kyle's going to be more level-headed. Won't really have a favorite.
Right.
I think he will bring the facts and facts only. Now this Rick Allen, I don't really know much about him. So
he comes from NASCAR, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really know that, but I'm looking forward to meeting him.
I think he's going to do a great job. He's been a great announcer for years. And I'm sure being a pro for so long, he's going to do his due diligence. He'll learn the sport. He'll immerse himself, with the talent. And I think it's going to be a good move. Also, the new CEO of what's now Lucky Strike Entertainment looks like he's going to be taking the PBA in a different direction, and has a great resume with MMA and a lot of other projects that he had. I'm kind of looking forward to see what he does to promote the PBA.
Absolutely, I agree. Hopefully we can have more events, go worldwide with it, and grow it.
He wants to have more events. I know he talked about expanding the schedule. I don't know if it's going to be this year or not, but I know they haven't, to my knowledge, I don't think the full schedule is released yet. I think it's only up until like June, maybe.
Yeah.
So maybe they're working on booking other venues. Are you looking forward to not being in Reno this year?
Yeah. I was just doing my taxes. And I was like, man, did we really spend like 31 days in Reno? Yeah, we did, didn't we? So, now we have the World Series and then Minneapolis. So that's going to be unique.
It will. Well, it will be. Hopefully things are settled down in the streets by then. You guys don't have to worry about all that. So
hopefully. Yeah,
right. I mean, that's a whole other thing to deal with. But I believe it's in Brooklyn Park, which is just outside of Minneapolis. So, I'm all for a new venue. Like, say what you want about Reno. It's a cool stadium, but outside of it, not really much to do if you don't gamble and drink and all that. So
yeah, like we were at Coconut Bowl for one of the events. That was a pretty cool place.
Yep.
FEC. But they couldn't host us on a weekend because they're so busy on a weekend.
Right.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
But the stadium is cool for a first-time bowler and like to host events there. But if you don't gamble or anything, it's kind of a boring town.
I mean, like at least in Vegas, you have other things to do outside there. You can go to you can go
Absolutely.
to the Hoover Dam. You can go to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Vegas. If we
Yeah.
can go to Vegas again, I would love that.
Yeah, I love Vegas too. My wife and I actually won a trip there through. It's Starry now. It used to be, what the hell was it before then? Oh, Sierra Mist had some kind of promotional contest. This is like, say maybe 15, 16 years ago. And she had just signed up for it, and we won like a weekend trip to Vegas, like all expense paid. We stayed at the MGM, and it was cool. It was my first time out there. I played some poker.
Yeah.
I played some Texas Hold'em, and it was a good time. And I haven't been back since, but so much has changed. But I really would love to go back there. And
Yeah, it's changed a lot. Like I was out there last week for the Mega 50K.
Yep.
They're building a new Hard Rock
Oh, nice.
strip. It's awesome.
It's gonna be sick. I bet. Yeah. And you lost. I texted you. Probably. I don't know if it was like right after you lost, but you lost to Simo, unfortunately. Which I mean, hell, it's Simo, right? But
a bag of mini tricks, and I didn't have the trick.
Yeah, and he seems to have all the tricks. So, such a smart guy, dude. I'm sure. Are you close with him? Are you friends?
Friends, I would say friends.
Yeah,
we can chat. He was from Texas. We both did a lot of the same events growing up.
Mhm.
And he moved to Vegas, and now he's doing bigger things.
I mean, there's a lot to learn from him just by watching him. He's a savant. Like I call him like a bowling savant because he's just so
everything. Like I was talking to him. I texted him about a lane pattern. He was like, "Blah, blah, blah, why are you doing this?" I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
He's a machine. He is. Like if I liken anybody to him, it's probably be John Janowitz. Like those two are like just so cerebral when it comes to bowling.
Yeah, I agree.
But well, I know you got to go in a little bit. I know you only had a half hour. Screw bowling. What have you been doing in your off time, bro?
I've been playing golf. We got a membership at a golf course.
Are you any good?
I'm not good. I enjoy it. I have like the old man swing where they don't go far, but they go pretty straight.
Well, that's cool. I mean, that's better than not.
I hit my first hole in one like 4 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Little par 3, 165.
165.
5 wood off the deck.
Lucky you hold it, man. Good job. 5 wood, 165.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Hey, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
And you've just been traveling. Me and my wife went on a cruise and just try to spend some quality time together before we start this tour season. And then when I get back to doing some clinics, doing some tournaments on the weekends, just trying to stay busy.
You bought some regional stuff too, right? Some.
Yes, if time allows for it. I try to stay mainly in the Southwest region.
Yeah.
But maybe sprinkle some Midwest stuff in there, but mainly more Southwest.
You had some success in the off season, right? Did you regionally?
Yeah. Had a couple wins. I won an event in January, a big singles event in Arkansas. And then last year had the opportunity to go to Korea. So that was pretty cool.
Ooh, how was that?
It was amazing. I've never been outside the country bowling. I mean, I went to Costa Rica for the La Raza, but Korea was insane. Like the flight over there was like 16 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's rough. I mean, is that a big hotbed for bowling over there? Like, are they super psyched about it?
They love bowling.
That's so cool.
Hammer and Storm, well, Brunswick and Storm are like the 2 biggest companies in Korea, and they hosted the Samho Cup. A couple Brunswick staffers were invited, and I was lucky enough to be one of them, and just had a really good time. They're crazy with the urethane ball.
I've heard that, and even in Europe too, and I know they're like messing with the rules there too, but urethane doesn't seem to be a big deal everywhere else, but here.
But Korea, they probably release double the amount of urethane balls that we do in the States, and they all know how to hook it. I was trying to compete with them, and they were doing some crazy things.
Like what do their patterns look like? Like what compels them to throw urethane? Just the shape they like, or
the shape they like? They like being slow and a big wheel hook, and they can create the motion with that ball.
So a ton of purples out there.
Purples, they do like Black Widow urethane balls. I think they just released like an Effect Tour urethane.
Ooh, that's wow. Yeah. Get my hands on that one, dude. I love the Effect Tour.
I saw it on Instagram, and it was crazy. It was like
I forgot they have different ball releases for different countries. So, and I know, I think Bowler's Mart carries most of them, but I might want to get my hand on that Effector urethane. That's so like, I don't know, just contradictory to a to an Effector anyway. But so that's cool. How was the food over there?
incredible. Usually, I'm a kind of a picky eater when it comes to new things.
Yeah, me too.
But I try to be as open-minded as possible. Tried a lot of new things and figured up liking them.
That's
like
awesome.
kimchi. We've always gone to like a Japanese steakhouse. And I was like, I'm gonna try something new.
Look at you.
Like Korean barbecue.
Right.
Try some kimchi. I was like, man, this stuff's pretty good.
Interesting. And I probably won't do that, but because I'm super picky. But no, that's awesome. And I mean, were they fairly well spoken over there, like English wise?
Not the best, but you could get around.
Okay.
But they were so nice, and they love bowling.
That's so cool.
Very welcoming into their events. So,
dude, I wish this country loved bowling like it used to, like as much as the other countries worldwide. Like,
yeah, we got there a little bit early, and Brunswick hosts little events all around. Well, it's MK Trading, who is like the big hammer distributor. They do small events on the weekends. They do like 2-game tournaments. They had 500 bowlers in one weekend.
Wow.
Show up for a 2-game tournament. It was crazy. They gave away so much stuff. Like the tournament that I was there for, they gave away free hammer Crocs for entering.
No kidding.
So you're guaranteed a prize. It's a cheaper entry, but it's like King of the Hill. Make it past a half, you cash. Cash, technically. You got prizes.
Right.
And then like the first 5 get like money. But 500 entries are getting?
That's sick, dude.
You can't do that here.
No, you can't. That's crazy.
I mean, we had 40 entries for the 50K. So
right. Can you imagine 500? Yeah, no, that's even like the US Open, that'd be sick. But I'm glad you got to go, and I'm glad you got to experience that and have a good time, and hopefully you get to do more of that and just see a different side of bowling and a different love for. I wish that would come back here, because that was, I mean, bowling it's still probably the number one most participated activity in the country, but there used to be millions of league bowlers when it was the ABC before USBC took over, and now
and they take it so serious.
That's cool.
And some of the rules over there, like you have to like write down your re-racks, and I was like frying out one game, and I re-racked, and I got a tap on the shoulder, like, re-rack. I know. I just flat 10 for the 17th time.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no, I'm glad you had that experience. But anyways, well, I don't want to hold you up. I know you got league tonight, man. I just want to catch up with you, and I'm rooting for you, obviously.
Thank you.
I'm Team Boog. Always have been.
Love it.
But all right, so you got the Boog Krol YouTube channel. Everybody go sub to that.
I think we're at like 160 subscribers right now.
Dude, that's not bad.
Better than nothing.
It's literally better than nothing.
Yeah.
Where can they find you on your socials?
Yeah, just Boog Krol. Just I think it's just trying to grow the YouTube channel, and the Instagram is doing pretty well. TikTok is doing well. I picked up the 5-7-10. That clip was crazy.
Yes, I saw that.
TikTok, that was crazy.
TikTok is hard to break into, but once you do, TikTok is huge.
And then Facebook, finally got monetized on Facebook, so we're trying to grow that.
I saw Facebook was doing that. I got to look into that too. I don't know. Do you know what the requirements are offhand?
It's pretty easy. It's easier than TikTok.
Okay, cool. Because I had a friend that does TikTok, and it's like you got to average 50,000 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers and 50,000 likes. I'm like, well, fuck.
Yeah, you got to have like 10,000 followers. Like,
no, right? That's not going to happen. But man, hey, good luck in the upcoming season, brother. I'll be pulling for you.
I appreciate it.
I'll stay in touch with you, and I appreciate you coming on for a few and catching up. And good luck, brother. I'll be watching.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Take care, man.
See ya.
All right, that's a quickie but a goodie. Really love Boog. Such a good guy. And I love to talk stuff other than bowling with him because he's so funny and he's so charismatic. Those asking about Johnny, I know I kind of covered it last week, but for those that may have missed it, I have news from an inside source that he's working, he's doing well. He's been sober for over a month. So regardless of anything that happened between me and him personally or business-wise, I'm always pulling for him. I'm always asking about him, always having other people kind of keep a tab on him. So hopefully I'll get to talk to him again at one point. I won't go into the details of what led to the breakup, but he is doing well. Dr. Ocho was hoping to be on tonight, but his whole family got sick. There's this nasty stuff going around. I don't know if it's like the 19th variant of COVID or from the sick circle of hell. But I had it for 2 months. My wife had it for 2 months. So hopefully everybody in the Ocho household gets better. Hopefully his little daughter kind of gets over it as well. It's not fun. Thankfully, my daughter skipped it all. I don't know how the hell she did. She drinks a lot of orange juice, like literally all the time. So maybe that's the key is vitamin C. But I'm looking to get Pete McCordick on next week. He bowls league on Wednesday nights. He is an old PBA pro, shot 300 in ABC back in the 80s, and a super, super nice guy. I'm pretty sure I can get him for next week. If not, I do have a backup plan. I'm going to do a quick imbecile of the week, and then we will get out of here.
It's time for everybody's favorite segment.
If you guys don't know how to use a seatbelt, just ring your call button and Tommy will come back there and hit you on the head with a tack hammer.
You know, Lloyd, just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber.
Here's the imbecile of the week.
Some people are really stupid.
So as you know, last week's imbecile of the week was Ryan Schaefer. PBA pro from the past. I didn't get any backlash from him, so either he doesn't know or he doesn't care. Probably he doesn't know, if I had to guess. But this week's imbecile of the week surrounds this guy. By the way, good job to the marketing department for the way they framed that video. I should probably name them the imbecile week, but no. So that was pulled off the PBA page on Facebook. And congratulations to Kyle Sherman from the Brad and Kyle Show for becoming the lead analyst for the PBA this season on CW. But I was searching through the hundreds of comments on that post. I came up with these. Michael Sullivan says, and the PBA continues to fade into obscurity. Next season, they'll move to UHF. Obviously, a lot of you probably don't know what UHF is. So like back in the day, we didn't have remotes for TV. We had a top knob and a bottom knob. One was UHF, one was VHF. That's kind of old school, but why? Why is the PBA fading into obscurity? Because this guy doesn't know who Kyle Sherman is because he's not on a computer that much, or he's not on YouTube and has no idea who he is. Why don't you just let the kid do his job and then form an opinion if you like him or not? Just because you haven't heard of him doesn't mean nobody else has heard of him. And I get it. Like, Chris Barnes would have been great, or Parker Bone, or, one of the old school guys would have been cool. But I think it's kind of nice to have a fresh face, somebody that's young that could possibly do this for the next 30 years like Randy did. What if you bring Chris Barnes in? Say you get 15 years out of him and he wants to retire. Like, don't you want some, and you're going to be looking for somebody again. So I wouldn't mind having a fresh perspective, especially somebody that's relevant, that's bowling today and at least knows the equipment, because Randy didn't have a clue what people were throwing. No offense to Randy. I just think it's good to have a young guy who's currently doing it on the show. There's nothing wrong with that. Greg Allison says, hopefully this means the TV show commentators will be Peterson and Sherman. That would be exceptional compared to the other non-PBA members that we have painfully endured on telecast over the past decades. I don't... You may or may not like Randy, but he's a PBA Hall of Fame bowler, and he knows what's going on in the mind and on the lanes. Okay, so here's the problem with that. You can't have two color analysts on the show. This guy obviously knows nothing about television production. You have to have a straight guy, not straight sexually. I mean, that's nothing to... Okay, I didn't even mean to get there. You got to have a guy that calls it like it is. That's a play-by-play guy. That's literally how sports works. You can't have two color commentators just going at it. It wouldn't work that way. And I don't... What the hell would they have in common other than bowling? Like, there's such an age gap between Peterson and Sherman. It wouldn't even be fun for me. And obviously, they would have no chemistry. So, UHF was a great movie. # Spatula City. It's true, Fef. If you haven't seen UHF, it's a movie from the 80s with Weird Al Yankovic. Red Snapper! It's such a good movie. Thanks for bringing that up. Tom Wagner says, anybody but Rob Stone. He sucked ass. We'll miss Randy, though. He's the bomb. I thought Rob Stone and Randy were actually the best pair together because they had the most chemistry. And I know when I mentioned with Boog, sometimes they got too, like inside baseball, just on their own, like jokes and shit, and had their own kind of, stuff they joke back and forth on. But you got to give Rob Stone credit because he loved bowling. He did more for the sport than anybody else in Fox or anybody had done for it. And that's coming straight from Belmo when he was on our show. So I thought it's unfortunate to see Rob Stone go. But to say he sucked ass compared to what? John Fanta, whatever the fuck his name was? Come on, dude. Seriously. Joe DeVito says, this person to replace Kimberly can't see it. To me, she will always be number one. And that's a Patriots fan. I feel that's look. Not all Pats fans are smart. Not all people are smart. He's not replacing Kimberly Pressler, our favorite. We love Kimberly. She was a sideline reporter, so to speak, a host of the show. She wasn't a commentator. Oh my God, these people. There's so many people that said, oh, I can't believe they got rid of Kimberly, or I can't believe they got rid of Randy. Fuckheads. And I'm trying not to cuss anymore, but fuckheads. The PBA doesn't supply the commentators. The network does. Randy Peterson worked for Fox Sports. Maybe he'll get on with CBS Sports, but he wasn't hired by the CW. He didn't work for the PBA. Kimberly Pressler didn't work for the PBA. They worked for Fox. So don't blame the league for getting rid of them, you retards. God, people are so stupid. So many comments. Robert Caliburn says, wow, this sucks. I hope this one knows the sport. It's again, another one like this guy who doesn't know who Kyle Sherman is. Do your homework, bro. Or again, like I said, wait till he gets on the show. Give it a few weeks. See how he does. I hope this... You fucking really think they would hire a color analyst that doesn't know bowling? Play-by-play, sure. Sure, we got that for the most part. But the analyst always knows the sport. You're such a jackass. Bob Karanoff says, nice to see the PBA is still cheaping out. Couldn't convince an older member to get behind the mic. Capital M, Mike, M-I-K-E. I don't know who's getting behind Mike or who might get. Maybe it's Big Mike. You know who I'm talking about, Big Mike. Cheaping out. So, Jesus Christ. Wanting to give the kid a break. CW wanting to have a fresh face. Somebody who was active on the tour who is relatively young. I'm sure he's in his late 20s, early 30s, maybe even mid 30s is still young. But to disrespect not only the network, but disrespect Kyle Sherman by saying the PBA is cheaping out because there's not an older member to get behind the mic. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, literally, what is wrong with people in general to get that worked up over who a color commentator is for bowling? Where you give me a break, dude. Seriously, it is so hard to choose between these. I'm just going to name them all. Like, I'm just going to say the bowling community that commented, and there was probably more that I missed. All of you guys, you're all co-imbeciles of the week. Michael Sullivan, Greg Allison, Tom Wagner, Joe DeVito, Robert Callenbrin, and Bob Carrionoff. You are all imbeciles of the week. Wear that as a badge of honor to know that you guys are some of the dumbest people I've seen in the threads, on the posts, in the comments. And hopefully I never meet your dumbasses in public because holy shit, I'm a whole lot dumber for reading your comments. Again, next week, I believe, if I can pull this off, Pete McCordick will be here. I still have Chuck Ritchie working on Pete Weber. Chuck also, I got your package, Chuck. He sent me something we're going to raffle off on the show. More about that next week. We're going to have kind of a raffle for something, and we're going to donate all the proceeds to the BVL, which is a super great program. We love the BVL. If you want to support JP Senior's cause to help veterans, go to bvl.org. But Chuck sent me something he got that's a one of one that we're going to raffle off, and all the proceeds go to BVL. I'll be announcing that on our Facebook page here in probably sometime, hopefully if I can get to it before next week's show. I'll give you guys all the info on that. If you're not subscribed or joined our Facebook group, Straight Up 5 Podcast, check it out on Facebook. I'm not sure how many members we have. It might be 700, 800, 900, something like that. But I appreciate all your support. So thanks again for David Big Krol for coming on the show this week. Always great to catch up with him. And it's always great to have you guys here as well. Whether you're watching live or you're watching it on replay on YouTube, I appreciate all the support. So until next time, and once again, I want to thank Jack Batchelder for the $4.99 super chat. Much appreciated. Not needed, but absolutely appreciated. Do a whole watch along game for the 300 like you do with JP Senior. Yeah, that actually is a pretty good idea. We could probably work that in. We'll watch Pete's 300 game. That's a great idea, Jamie. I appreciate that. I'm also going to have Randy. Not Randy. Jeez, I got Randy on the brain. So no offense to Randy. But Danny Wiseman will be coming on as well in the next couple of weeks to rewatch his win at Miller Field when they did the bowling stadium. So I'll definitely try to work that in with Pete McCartick. But in any event, guys, appreciate the support. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And we will see you next week, another edition of Straight Up 5 right here on the Rad Rob Radio Network. Have a good week, guys. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to this edition of Straight Up 5. You can follow the show on Twitter at Straight Up 5 Pod. Follow Rad Rob at Rad Rob Gaming. And follow Dr. Ocho at the Dr. Ocho. Got a question? Send your questions to straightup5podcast@gmail.com. We'll see you next time for another edition of Straight Up 5.
Right here on the Rad Rob